Hello, everyone. It is Friday, July the 5th, Feast of St. Anthony Zachariah, founder of the Clerks Regular of St. Paul. I believe that's the Barnabites. Okay, the first reading, we continue with the minor prophet Amos. So hear this, you that trample on the needy and bring to ruin the poor of the land, saying, when will the new moon be over so that we may sell grain, and the Sabbath so that we may offer wheat for sale? We will make an ephah small and the shekel great. See, you see how when the prophets go after what we call social justice issues, it is tied to the poor, the abuse of the poor, and the violations of the Sabbath are linked together. Now we're godless in so many aspects of life, so we try, do we really treat the poor? When we allow people to have free cocaine, needle-free, zones where people can shoot up and so on. We don't care for the poor. And when we do this, we let them safe injection sites and things like this, take away the terrible consequences, of drug addiction from people, and just let them go. And you look at some of these cities, you go down Zombie Lane, they're not caring for the poor. They're letting them die in their addictions and weaknesses. There's no care for the poor when we do this kind of thing. We don't care for the poor when babies are aborted, and it goes on and on like this, right? The Sabbath has to be. And this is what the prophets did. You're violating the Sabbath. You're narcissistic. You're selfish. You're arrogant, and you're godless in your attitude. The prophets are saying to the people, you're violating the Sabbath, you're only thinking of your money, and you don't care for the poor. Now you need to repent. That's what, this is the message we need to hear today. So that the poor really are treated as human persons and their dignity is upheld. And there would be no safe injection sites. That's not how you care for people who are addicted. You do what you can in order to get them through their addictions, but you never enable them in their addictions. Provide safe housing, but, in some way do something to help people, help their human dignity be restored rather than enable them all of their life, So this is why these prophets are so important in today's world. Over to the gospel. As Jesus was walking along, he saw a man called Matthew. He says, follow me. And then Jesus is at Matthew's place, and many tax collectors, they're drawn to Jesus because this guy's the authentic article. And of course the Pharisees see this and they say, well, why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners? He's not supposed to be with those scum, he's not supposed to be with those filth. When Jesus heard this, that's obviously not said out loud, but that's the way they thought of these people, as damned, written off, scum, and all this kind of stuff. Those who are well have no need of a physician. Duh, haven't you thought of it this way? You're supposed to be doctors of the soul. But those who are sick do. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. For I have come to call not the righteous, but sinners, which means I'm calling you Pharisees just as much as I'm calling these people. Nobody ever thought that Jesus watered down the gospel. That's why a lot of people may have initially been attracted to him. Then they realized after a while, this is actually pretty tough. He actually requires absolute obedience. If you think about it, Jesus doesn't water his teaching down for anybody, nobody, nada. He was kind, he was gentle, he cut people a lot of slack, but at some point you got to make a decision, right? John chapter 6, everybody leaves, turns to the apostles, says, well, I hope you're not going to leave. No, he says, are you going to leave too? So with Jesus, he's the Lion of Judah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah who cannot be tamed. So these guys who were going to Jesus to hear him out, they weren't thinking this guy was an easy preacher. No, he was genuine. He truly took interest in them as human persons. And there would have been no misunderstanding here. So it's a real model for us in terms of the way we deal with people and their weaknesses. Don't water down the truth, but don't be harsh. You can still be truthful and be kind, exacting, and yet kind of gentle. Gentleness is not weakness. It's just not coming on like a thunderbolt. And people will get the point. There's always a cost involved. And if you water it down, you diminish them and you disrespect them as human beings. God bless you.